Hello everybody and welcome back to the 7 Days to Die guide. As you can see, we got some red dust coming in here. We are on the Horde night, day 7, end of day 7 Horde night, where we are currently at the pre-built, purpose-built, Horde base. The only last thing we got to do was place a hatch down and remove a ladder. Apparently my hatch also didn't want to go. That's fine, we'll rebuild the hatch. There we go. 2 layers of the ladder gone. Let's get a new hatch.
Got one coming if you need it.
Right, go away. 1 second. Pooh. Okay, so okay, so they've changed that, so you can't actually put a hatch directly on. 2 seconds. Okay, I should have known that from previous. Go ahead and rotate that round. There we go, so our hatch is back. God, it needs something. It's technically the lower half of a block, I forgot about that. Okay, so we are literally 2 minutes of in-game time into starting this. Hightower's now back with us. He's walking around with a flaming spear, apparently. So here we go. We'll go ahead and switch over to our stone arrows. 222 stone arrows to keep us alive. As I say, we are double the zombies, so let's see how things go. We're just going to shoot down as much as we can, taking them out. Got a couple of them slowed down already. Already beaten on the door.
Oh.
Okay. And you'll notice they're kind of mounding up by me, and Hightower's also shooting some by him. They've split up to kind of try and attack us both. This is what I was talking about when I said that they tend to go to wherever anybody is. So just be wary of that if you're stood by a supporting structure, that they don't decide to take out the supporting structure underneath you. Obviously, 2 lots of zombies attacking 2 different supporting structures could be disastrous. Now, don't expect a massive amount of kills. You know, you're firing arrows at them at the end of the day, but you just want to try and take out as best you can. And then at the end of the Horde night, they go back to walking again, so you can then take them out at a leisurely pace. And they do try and jump on top of each other to try and kill you as well, so just be wary of that. That door's lasting a little bit longer tonight, which is nice. So you can literally just fire down at them at relatively safe location. Just be worried that, as I say, they do stack up. So just keep an eye out on them ones. Go. They're trying to work their way through the walls, but as you can see, they just can't get their way through. They're not even inside yet. Just keep going at it. Now, depending on how long your day or night cycle is, will depend on how long the zombies have a chance to come to you. Now, if you kill more of them will appear up until a certain point. It looks like they are now through the wall. Yep, they're through the door even. So you can see now they're trying to take the wall out, because I'm obviously above the wall, so they feel like the only way to get to me is by breaking the wall down. You can obviously use this to your advantage by just, you know, walking your way around. So if I go over here, I start shooting over here, they'll start coming over here. Okay, right, let's get the blunderbuss out now that they're inside. There we go. See if we can get them to the corners here. Now, inside the... I don't know what that is. Now, inside the chest, the airdrop that I got was literally just food, so that was quite nice. But just be wary that when you're using blunderbusses and shotguns, they do cause damage to surrounding blocks. So just be wary of that. But we're getting plenty of time to shoot them. You can see no matter where they go, I've got perfect angle on any of the zombies. They're a little hard to aim at sometimes. There we go, you're down. Because they do run around like lunatics. Yeah, we're doing over here. I'm breaking in through the wall here. There we go. Quite sure why they're going on that mound.
Not really sure, but it makes, you know, a convenient spot to just keep shooting them from.
I think because we're on an elevated level, they think that they're higher so they can get to us from there, maybe?
Maybe.
Marks.
Yes, they did mention the new zombie AI was SMART smart. Looks it.
Yep. Oh, item needs repairing. Just fire more arrows at them. There we go. As you can see, they are nowhere near getting into us. They're not even trying to get up the ladder. Now, you can use the trapdoor if you want to and just poke your head down there if you really want, but with the amount of coverage you've got in the rest of the area, I won't bother. So it's just about damage control now, trying to kill them before they break more of your base. But we've got no vultures on day one, which is nice. Go. Oh, oh. Nice shot.
Thank you.
Just gonna keep popping them off. There we go. That's another one down. Oh, I shot him in the butt. Shot him in the buttocks.
It was like a snake jumped up and bit me.
Go through arrows like nobody's business. Go, another one down. And another level. You can just see the amount of XP you can get from doing this stuff. Oh, they're mounting up here, aren't they?
They are. Which, again, makes it convenient with the nice blunderbuss. You just kind of aim down and watch heads go bye-bye. I don't know why they see this spot as particularly weak, but...
Oh, we got a dog in.
Dog, yeah.
Dogs can get through a single block like they are doing there, so just be wary of that. Oh. Now you see we've upgraded the floor. Had we not upgraded the floor, we'd now be faced with a lot more zombies inside. Not that it's a major problem, but just, again, damage control. That dog is full of arrows. Get a blunderbuss out. There we go. Dog's down.
Yep, dead dog out here too.
They can jump up through this gap now, which is no problems because they will aim for that gap as well. So if you stood out here, they'll try and obviously go through it, funneling them up. So if you're carrying a shotgun or something like that, makes it nice and easy. And you're more than likely to find a blunderbuss now as well with the new Alpha 19 settings where, you know, being such a low game stage, you see blunderbusses, so I won't worry too much about it. If you don't have one though, you know, you can just go ahead with your bow and arrow. Remember, this is twice the amount of zombies you would normally get, so you can just see how effective these bases really are.
Blunderbuss is pipe, glue, and wood.
There you go.
You can make them fairly low level, so... A level 1 blunderbuss, I think, is better than a bow if you get in a tight corner. We all know I like to back into corners.
Yeah. But a few more of them deaths, haven't we?
Well, the zombies just don't want to cooperate. I'm like, guys, we're not lunch. And they're like, well, yeah, you are.
Okay, we've got a little over 1 hour left of in-game time. And you can see this base is absolutely nowhere near coming down. Now, if you make the base on a smaller scale, which you can do, just be wary that they have access to reaching the walls a little quicker, so they do take the walls out a little bit faster. I need to repair my blunderbuss. Why can't I repair my blunderbuss?
I believe it may require a repair kit.
It requires a pipe. That's what it requires.
Ah.
And I have a pipe somewhere. There we go. Now I can repair it. I thought it required a repair kit. And the other good thing... That was a good shot. The other good thing about taking them out is you're getting loot drops, and they tend to stay throughout the Horde night. So don't worry about panicking about losing them. They should stay there. There we go. Oh, I shot the same one then.
She's still getting back up.
I missed her because you shot her and she collapsed.
Ah.
There we go.
Did you take her out or you got her? There you go.
Okay, any more zombies?
I'm not seeing or hearing.
Hearing something.
Oh, there's...
Okay, so they're actually underneath. No, they're not. They're there. There she is. And that is it. We have completed the Horde night because we've completed the allotted amount of zombies to spawn in our server settings. As I say,
well.
So if you are playing solo, you have far less zombies, so it'll be a lot easier for you. But yeah, we are completely done. So we got a little bit, like 20 minutes of in-game time left, so we'll let it tick over just so you can see that it is completed. We'll have a quick glance of the damage done to the base, and I'll also point out about the hay bales that I promised to point out to you. And then we will go straight over to Hightower's POI base and see how effective that is to a Horde night. But I'm actually going to jump down now. So if you place hay bales like this, you actually drop onto them. They cause no damage. Safely jump down like so. And you can escape if you need to escape. Just like an escape plan. Can outrun the zombies. But let's have a look at the damage caused. And we've got a bit of loot as well. So let's have a look at our loot. Oh, look at the loot. Some good loot in these loot bags.
All right.
You can see they've broken through the door. Corner's a bit damaged. A few blocks here and there taken out. A little bit damage on the lower section here. And there's the official end of it. Again, had we not upgraded the under section, that would be now gone. You can see here, there really is not much damage. The main damage is this section here where they concentrated on. Again, because I was over as well. Let's have a look what else is in that bag. Nice. Go. So now we've got a bit of loot as well. We've got a few traps still up. So yeah, that's the main portion of damage caused there. But this base is completely secure. You could have another Horde night. You could leave it as is if you wanted to, and it would still survive perfectly fine on another Horde night. However, we are done. We can pick up all of our arrows that we didn't hit into. I think they let you. There you go. So there you go. So there's a couple of alternative ideas for dropping that as well, with the hay bales and just jumping and surviving. And there's a Horde base. As you can see, the torches just made it a little bit easier to see, but you can see fairly well anyway. Well, that's going to be it for this base. Let's head on over now to the POI and see how that does on a Horde night. Hello everybody and welcome back. As you can see, we are now in a completely different location. We are in a POI building. So this is a building Hightower's chosen and he's done some work on, and he's going to explain some work, but you can kind of see what he's done here. It was already wood, so obviously we've gone from wood to wood, and that's about it because we've had to build it from the ground up. Hightower's had a little bit of an advantage when it's come to a POI, and we'll go over the perks of having a POI and the kind of downfalls to it, but let's just go to Hightower quickly where he makes his final preparations and talks us through it. So where are we up to, Hightower?
So basically all we've got left to do here, hopefully, is to lay down our last line of spike traps and close ourselves inside. So we're going to lay down our final line of defense here, and I'm basically just putting down a whole bunch of spike traps because they're still going to come for the walls, but hopefully their main attack point is going to be the doors coming in and out of our kill box. So what we've set up is a double airlock there to give us more time in here because, like you said earlier, it's not really about killing them all as fast as possible as much as it is just surviving the night. So traps, traps, traps. And then once we're done with that, we're basically going to go upstairs and wait it out for them to break in so we can kill them all.
Excellent. Why have you got these wooden frames here?
Okay, so these wooden frames are just to let us jump back up. So once they break through the door, they're going to want to come and kill us, as quick as possible. So if we stand up here and continue to rain down on them like we did below, I don't have a nice fancy graded floor like you had, but we can still stand up here and shoot them all. But if they've got those blocks there or any sort of stairs, they can just climb up. So we're going to take those out, and that's going to remove their ability to jump up and get us, hopefully.
Sounds good to me. Have you got any points that you want to make about the base? What have you actually done to it?
So basically, I took the entire first floor and made it stone. Upgraded it to cobblestone. It took a little while to gather everything, but that's just to make sure we have enough time to live through the night. So, dawn comes and we can pick them off. They're a little slower, a little easier to deal with. But basically, I took what was here and cleaned it out completely, made a kill box, and also made an escape route. So if you just come through here, if it gets to be too much and we have to run, you'll notice a door where a window should be, and underneath of that, some hay bales. So should we have to drop everything and run, we can do that. Over here, just in case, you can also drop a bedroll. So should they break in and get the best of us, you can spawn nearby, grab your stuff, and run as fast as you can.
Winner, winner. And we are just about to hit Horde Night, so let's get rid of them boxes and let's see what we got.
All right.
Go. So all we've done here is we've literally rolled the server back to 1800 time before the Horde. So everything we had previously, we've now got again. Everything we gained, we don't have. So it's literally a fresh start. As you can see, I've eaten the food that we had, so we've got our food topped up. We've got our blunderbuss back with our ammo. We've got our ammo for our bow and arrow. I'll switch over here. Now, the perks, the pros and cons of building a POI versus a purpose-built base. Purpose-built base, you can have to whatever style you want. The box base is just easy. It works well, but you can style it into whatever way you want, as long as you keep the same concept of multiple walls for them to break through and supporting pillars. You can make it as small or as big as you want, but again, remember, if it's smaller, it gives them a little bit of an easier time to break them down. Whereas with POI, you've already got a structure there, so you are having the ability of upgrading to a stronger material, which means that you're more likely to have a base still about when the end of Horde Night comes. So they'll probably more than likely break through the doors rather than breaking through the walls, because the doors are a lot less stronger here. And also your supports are there. The wall supports are still there. However, again, back to the pros and cons of it. The con is we're seeing no zombies yet. We've got no kills, right, no experience points, no nothing. We're just sat here waiting for the zombies to come. So it can be a little bit boring, and you can stunt your XP gain to some extent. However, back to what Hightower was saying, the primary thing of a Horde Night is staying alive. So if you want to stick to the primary deal, then this base here works perfectly, because as you can see, we are dealing with no zombies whatsoever. No more zombies will spawn because it's already reached its maximum amount per person.
Oh, they're about to start coming through the southwest door.
Okay, so we are starting to see some zombies coming through now, which will be good. But as you can see, we're almost an hour in already, and we've not seen a single zombie nor fired a single shot. Good or bad, depending on what way you want to look at it. At the end of the day, surviving the Horde Night is the priority. And the only reason why you want to survive this compared to trying to survive during the week of the in-game week is that if you die here, you have a potential of losing your stuff, because they could just keep breaking through stuff, and it's just an absolute nightmare. But as you can see, they're now starting to come in, and they're just wandering around aimlessly through the spikes. Okay. We've probably actually killed quite a lot of them with the spikes, and we've got no experience for that. But as you can see, Hightower's now having the chance to shoot them. I'm just stood here watching because there's only one or two zombies, so But hopefully you can see the perks to both of the bases, and you can decide which way you want to do it. The alternative to having a base like this is actually getting a POI and just basically putting blocks all the way up to the top of the building, breaking any way they've got of getting up there, and then just sitting up there for the night. Which is the same concept of what you're doing here, but this base is heavily upgraded, so this base will survive multiple nights. This will probably survive longer than our box base will, owing to the fact that it's cobblestone, not wood. However, trying to alter this or upgrade this to a later stage, you're a little bit more limited to what you can do.
Extremely.
Yeah. The only advantages of taking over POIs, if you've got something like a school, then you can put exterior defenses and stuff like that around. But that's about it. That's all you've got. You're using a POI. It's going to look like a school or a house or whatever. You're not got any style to it. So if you want to personalize something, then go ahead and build a predetermined kind of base that you want, or at least a start. Or use something like I've done or Hightower's done, and build your own one to do for the later Horde nights. You know, if you don't want to get it damaged, if you want to keep it nice and secure, use a POI to hide in until you're happy your base is set and ready to go. As you can see, zombies cannot get up to us, so they're just going to try and break through walls and all sorts. We can just keep firing at them again. But you can see now they can run away from us, and I'm going to struggle to aim here. Hightower's got that side, so he's going to be able to take him from that angle. But you really are restricting your limitations. Not to mention you also run the risk of falling over here as well. I mean, there's no barriers to stop you from going down. Again, like I said, you don't need to place them barriers up, but you know the option is there, and it makes it a little bit easier for people like me who tend to knock themselves clean off the ground. Clean off the surface to the ground, shall I say. Have we got any more points you'd like to bring up on a POI, Hightower?
Basically, this is just how I take care of the early game. You know, it's all about that first Horde night, that first week. Once we get through this, it's time to move on to a more permanent actual base, and then probably a separate Horde base from that. So we may come back to this for the next couple of Hordes just for its survivability. It seems to be working out all right. But this won't be a base. You know, it's more difficult to turn a POI into something functional rather than building it yourself.
Yeah. So the disadvantage you have for both of them is that realistically you're not going to get a base out of it. You don't really want a base where your Horde base is because you don't want to cause damage to it before you've even started. Because then you're going to have to repair it before a Horde night, costing you more resources, time and effort. Obviously, later down the line, you're going to start seeing, you know, the heat map going up and screamers and all sorts. And you don't want a screamer in a Horde-based POI. Because you can't stop them, because you're either inside it working, so they're surrounding it and breaking stuff, or you run the risk of having a mob of zombies attack you. Again, I'm taking into account any kind of difficulty setting that you're going to have. This option here, well, either option, the entire guide will cover you for any difficulty. The only thing that you're going to have a problem with if you've set your zombies to run is that there are a few things you can change for your survivability in general. That's the only difference. But the actual concept is exactly the same for both. So just bear that in mind. But you can see we're perfectly safe up here. They're never going to take out.
Yeah, they'll never be able to get enough of the support out from underneath of us to actually get to us. And they can't stack up high enough, I don't think. I mean, they said there've been some changes to the AI, but I hope that's not one of them.
But you'll notice because I was stood over there before, they've concentrated on over there. Now I've moved over here, they've started to move over here again. But they'll wander around aimlessly, trying to wreck walls and trying to get to you. Because there's no clear route to where they're getting to you, they do wander around aimlessly a little bit. No.
Wonder if they're just out to destroy things.
We've got a little bit. We've just got about an hour left of in-game time now.
Take your time. Pick them off.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Spike traps are still knocking them down and killing them, so hard telling how effective those were. And that was a very small line too, so.
Oh. As you can see, we're limited to this little area here for the kill box. As apart from, you know, where we had on the other one where we had plenty of space to kill them. That's the only disadvantage to this. Hightower's risking going along. You got a face full of that.
They're just picking on that corner over there for some reason.
Because we were both stood there. They see that as the weakest point to get to us.
And about half an hour until morning. Oh. Get up, Cletus. Sit down, Cletus.
Oh, that was a terrible shot. Boom. Sit down. There we go. So we just got about 15 minutes of in-game time left. And as you can see, you can still hear them beating on the building. But we can't see them, so we can't take them out. So there is a little bit of a cleanup after a Horde night within a POI. We tend to find on most POIs that's usually the case. But the slow, you know, they're a lot slower, a lot weaker, so you're a lot safer taking them out after the Horde night. So there is that advantage.
And
Any second now. And we'll get the audible end of Horde. There we go.
Hey, Karen.
There we go.
Oh, coming behind you.
So we've got to go around now, just cleaning them all up. But as you can see, they're a lot slower. And they do a lot less damage now. Go. You can see they caused a lot of damage to the external structure. You know, anything that wasn't bolted down, they've beaten through. They've took a couple of chunks out of the wall, but all in all, the wall is a lot better off than what it was on the other base. All that. But you can see all the spike traps are completely gone. They've expanded this. They've broken through every door they've got. But as you saw where we were, there was absolutely no damage. So again, the same principle carries for both. You know, no damage to the upper section. The lower section is very limited damage. So you can see you could probably get away with a few Horde nights in this as well. Hopefully you've learned a lot through this guide. I'm hoping that I've kind of either picked up some tips for you or, you know, help those of you who have never played the game before. And hopefully you can survive at least 28 days. That's the aim with this, is to survive 28 days. And I can guarantee you, if you follow one of the two guides, one of the two builds, then expect to see, you know, survivability going up. I will set up a little bit of something so you can see what Hightower's done, so we have a bit of a point of view from Hightower's side of things. So I expect that to come within the next couple of days. So do check that out. But let us know what you think in the comment section. Any suggestions, tips, ideas, questions, anything whatsoever. Hit us in the Discord if you'd like to. We are now officially opening up this server, so if you're just catching this, then the server has already been opened. It's ready to go from day 8 onwards. So make sure you check out the Discord to see how to join the server. We are completely friendly. We are grief-free. You know, no PvP. Basically just building a lot of stuff. So you can see these firsthand if you'd like to as well. So let us know in the comment section or on the Discord if you'd like to join us. Until next time, everybody, from myself and from Hightower, bye-bye for now.